Hey everybody, it's Paula here from the Excel Club and welcome to another Excel video. What we're going to look at in this video is the use of the column function. Now the column function will basically return a reference based on the column that you've selected, and in isolation or on its own, this function doesn't provide much value. But if you combine this function with other function, it can make them more dynamic, and that's what we're going to look at in this video. We're going to combine the VLOOKUP function with the column function to make your VLOOKUP more dynamic. But before we get stuck into this video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit that notifications button so you don't miss any more of my videos. And if you found this video to be of value, please do give it the thumbs up. So let's hop over to our model now and have a look at the column function in Excel. Do you remember in a previous module where we looked at the VLOOKUP function? Well, what we're going to look at in this video is making the VLOOKUP formula more dynamic by replacing the hard-coded column index number with something more dynamic with the use of the column function. Now let's just go into this formula so you can remember the VLOOKUP formula. So it's looking up one cell to the left in this table up here, returning the second column and giving a true result. Now we can just put in equals over here, and I'm going to say formula text, because what formula text will do is actually show your formula as text. And this is always a very useful tool to be able to just see your formula very easily. So that was the original formula, and that will change because I am going to rewrite this lookup formula now. We're going to delete these values in here, and we're going to rewrite the VLOOKUP formula now. So we want to look up one cell to the left, and I'm going to lock that in because we're going to drag the formula across. Then where are we going to look it up? Well, we're going to look it up in our table array. Now we're looking for the second column. We see there we have row 4, 2C, so that's column 2. So we're looking for the second column. I'm going to lock that in. And now it's looking for the column index number. And when you learned VLOOKUP, we hard-coded in the number 2. But if we want to drag that formula across to make it more dynamic, we need that number 2 to change. So what we're going to do is we are going to use column, and it returns the column number of a reference. So I am going to take anything in row B, because that's column 2. And when I drag that formula across, I want it to actually move. So I'm going to leave it like that. I'm not going to lock it in. And then I am going to just say a true result there and close my bracket. So now we have the corner shop, and when I pull it over, we also have the invoice value, and I didn't have to change that column number. Now if we change this to 2, we can see that our formula updates and we get in the right values. So that's a perfectly good example of the use of the column function.